all I can say is that I nearly died this holiday weekend. All because I didn't have a watch. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Humble Horologist. My name is Anthony, and let me tell you about what happened to me this Labor Day weekend. By the way, if you haven't already, would you subscribe to this channel and like this video and share it with others if you'd be so kind, and hit the notification bell, which is always advised if you want to be notified whenever a new video comes out. But what happened was, we went to the Ocoee River. I believe I've got that right. And we went tubing. My wife and I, our daughter, granddaughters, son-in-law, and we went and got on this cold river and went 4 hours just tubing along. That is what we did. Now, honestly, I felt like I was going to die at one point doing that. This was my first time doing it. But that's another story for another day. But it was fun. Okay, I only fell off of the inner tube once, and my wife, the former lifeguard, laughed till she nearly needed CPR. Okay, that's just the way that goes. But what happened on the way there is that as soon as we were about 2 or 3 miles away and we were late getting out of the house to go, it struck me. And this was only because I was wearing a long sleeve shirt and I had just gone and got a bunch of stuff for my wife that she had forgotten. I was rushed out of the house. I looked down on my wrist. No watch. If you're not a watch wearer, you have no clue. But if you are a watch wearer, then you know the naked, lost, pitiful, what am I going to do feeling of not having a watch for a whole day. Oh, well, you've got your cell phone. You can tell what time it is. That's not the point. It's that I feel naked. There's nothing on my wrist. There's nothing there that is going to, protect me. It's like I wear glasses. I could get contact lenses, but I wear glasses. Why? Because I like having the glass lens in front of my eyes. You know what? You could get hit in the eye and lose an eye, then you've only got one left over. If that gets hurt, then you're blind. Why not have some protection? So I'll keep my glasses. They work fine. I still see. So it's like I've worn a watch. I don't not wear watches, so I need a watch. It was very stressful. And so my wife agreed, along with my son-in-law and our daughter, that when we found a Walmart, I would at least buy something so I could have a watch. And that's what I did. So what I did was I went to Walmart and said to my wife, this won't take long. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to find just a cheap watch, a cheap Casio that I can just keep in the car and have something on my wrist for the rest of the day at least. And so this is what I got. It is the MW620H 1AVKC. I don't know what all those mean, but just be reminded that this is not a toy. It's not intended for children under 12. It is a real watch. And it was $26.92, all total, $29 and some change with tax. So what do we have here? Well, let's take it out of this box and look at it. Okay, so what we have is just an inexpensive plastic or whatever material that is. I don't think it's rubber, but it's just a cheap plastic watch. It's better than some of the other Casios in that the strap on it is a little thicker. It's not as sturdy as, say, one for the MW620H, the Duro, but this one is at least, it does move. It is replaceable even if you would actually want to replace it or if needed to. And so that is a big plus there. But it's a simple 3-hander watch, no date, believe it or not. And I don't know if it's supposed to have anti-reflective coating on it, but if it doesn't, which it probably doesn't, I don't see how it really could at this price range, but it still looks pretty good. You can see it, it's pretty visible. It very rarely reflects the light unless it's just like right at, looking at the lamp. So, I mean, it's a good little mineral crystal on the front. And it's just a really neat little watch. Now, the thing that made this watch stand out to me, though, is besides its legibility and the fact that it does have 100 meters of water resistance, as it does say right there on the bezel, is that this is unlike many watches with just lume. This watch has a hidden little secret right here. It has a light. Oh, well, that's not too impressive, is it? Well, let's turn out the lights around and then show you how this works. What do you think about that? Oh, that's not good enough? Shall we turn out some more light? There you go. Now see, that is fun. Now it doesn't last long, but it lasts for a few seconds, and all you have to do is push the button again, and it lights up the dial. Now it could be better if you had like an Indiglow from a Timex, but this is still pretty fun for a $26 watch. Instead of a 369 and a 12 up top, it has 15, 30, and 45, and 5 and 10, minute increments, like a pilot watch. But the indices are printed on, except around on the outside where they're actually raised on the chapter ring. And I think that helps with the visibility. I think it adds character to the dial. Again, we're talking about an inexpensive little watch here. And it even has a sector dial type of look to it, as you can see with the crosshair in the middle. Has water resist, which means its water resistance is 100 meters. It has some fake looking screws to give it that look of another watch that we probably all know, but it does have a couple of screws up here. It's sort of like the Casio, which is like a royal oak, all that type of look. Now on the sides, you've got the push-pull crown. It's not screw down, and some little fake faux buttons on the side to give it some look. Nothing on the left-hand side. There's no other functions to this watch. It's just a simple three-hander that tells the time. And I have been watching the time, and I have not noticed it lose or gain anything noticeable within the last few days. So I'm very happy with this watch. I'm very pleased with the way it looks. And I'm going to wear it every now and then, but for the most part, I want to keep it in my car for whenever there is another moment of desperation. Has a screw down case back where the battery and the movement is on inside there. Just unscrew this. There is a seal there, and replace the battery if needed. And it should have at least a 2-year battery in it. All right, so what do you think? Let me show it to you on my wrist. Now see, that is not a bad looking watch, is it? It is not a bad looking watch. I'll wear this and not be ashamed, especially in the dark. I'm happy I got it for $26 plus tax. And before I forget, I guess we should talk about the size on this. The size, if you take the caliper and put it about right here, I think is the best place. You're getting about 46, 45 and a half, 46. Depends on how you hold it, I guess. Got a thickness of almost 14. And you have a lug, well, the bracelet width, the strap is 24. You got 18 right here, where the strap actually goes into the case. And if you have large wrists, this is the watch for you. This is a pretty good size bracelet, and it goes on my 7.5-inch wrist with plenty of room to spare. I highly recommend it. It's a good little beater. Okay, so do you have any backup watches that you keep in your car for just such an occasion? Or have you had an experience like this that you would like to share in the comment section? I would love to hear it. We could share in the pain and the embarrassment of just being who we are, right? And be on the lookout for another video, because I'm going to be sharing a video about another Casio that I have gotten that really just made me happy to get it. And until then, remember, watches are replaceable. Thankfully. Time is not. God bless.